Big 20 seems like a good play. See what happens. They're both starting at Link's house today. And it's the boots!
What
The
are those?
Boots right off the bat. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves... I guess this qualifies as a jet seed because we are jetting right at the beginning. Both players making the play on Uncle's shed right at the beginning. One of them is going to be throwing bushes to destroy a guard in order to make this tree pull happen.
8-bomb tree pull would be nice this early.
Just hearts at the first tier.
And just hearts down in the Uncle escape.
Yep, just a little bit of love in the tunnel. And now Bamboo's heading out to Sanctuary where we find the key. So the key is going to give you access from the back end to that chest in the basement. Assuming you can see.
Yeah, one of the questions for this run is going to be, how long do we have to wait to see that lamp? Or will we see a lamp?
Alright, so we had a map check. We've got crystals in all 3 Light World dungeons. And I didn't see which one Desert was. I know that neither of the others were 5 or 6. 1, 3, and 7. Okay. So here's an interesting thing, getting to check these bonk rocks that early.
The early bonk rocks, it won't be on their mind. Unfortunately, not paying out yet.
Yep. I mean, I'm not going to argue with early hearts, because most of the time you end up going into, say, Thieves Town or Skull Woods pretty early, and you want as many hearts as you can get for that. The crab drops bombs. The crab drops bombs.
It's going to be really good for signumbs because
shape.
Yeah, Bamboo has been skipping both crabs.
Interesting. That's kind of a pretty big deal. Alright, so Signumb's gonna make his way into the Lost Woods area. Again, we didn't see much in the way of good power-ups. Gonna pick up this piece of heart. Again, early hearts, never a bad idea.
As you mentioned, early Thieves Town. Blind, sub 6 hearts, not fun.
Yeah, unless you've got the scripted fight memorized, then you're gonna have some issues on your hands. So BambooShadow making his way into the Kakariko well without bombs. That's gonna prompt a trip to the shop down South Hyrule before he goes in again. But the hammer, the bottle vendor has the hammer today, and that, my friends, is bringing them one step closer to that all-important Dark World access.
Signum starting over with Blind's Hut with bombs, so going to be a single trip.
Yeah. You know, I got to question that decision to not check the crabs, because the crabs can lead to some very important discoveries. And there's the hook shot in Blind's Hut.
Early boots, early hammer, early hook shot. This, it might be a fast seed.
Yeah, sub 1 hour confirmed, I think.
And Bamboo getting the bloomerang, the best boomerang.
I'll let you have that opinion. We got some sync action here. Nice little high five on both sides.
Now, a lot of races lately we had seen start with a Houlihan room. these runners not opting for it, but with all the money they've been getting, doesn't look like they needed it.
Yeah. So the Houlihan Room was a popular opening in recent memory, and certainly in earlier versions of open mode. However, with the addition of the waterfall cave, they added in additional 300 rupee drops, and so it's getting less and less of a good idea to go do that Houlihan Room early on.
In some cases, I've seen where it routes, where it improves the routing through Link's house and through South Hyrule, but it still takes time to run through and collect all those rupees.
Right. So, if there's something important in the library today, we will be able to get it. And it's just a piece of heart.
General rule I've seen, if you don't have the item, if you don't have the boots to get the library, it's going to have something. But if you got boots, forget it.
Seems rather normal. Seems like what happens. Yeah, we'll call that reality. And BambooShadow is going to be making the South Hyrule route. It looks like including the dam, so...
I know a lot of earlier races have had some really good items in Agina's cave.
Yeah, the last 4 races I have commentated have all had good items in Agina's cave. I don't know what's wrong with it, but pretty sure that's going to be the case this time because I curse Agina's cave, apparently.
Question is, how long is it going to be till we see a check of it?
Yeah, could be a while. I've seen some people go to the dam later and include that as part of the Agina's route, just kind of incentivize themselves to go to Agina's cave. I wouldn't be surprised to see our runners make a play on Ice Rod Cave on account of having the boots. Be a lot faster that way. Alright, so BambooShadow making his way into the mini Moldorm Cave. That's 5 items waiting in here as well.
Yeah, and with the hook shot, they can make quick work of that cave.
Indeed. Now they could have used the hook shot to make quick work of the dam if they'd have done it exactly right. It's not the easiest trick to pull off. There's the book. So the book is found here in the mini Moldorm Cave, and that may incentivize them to go to desert.
There's a few items they can check up front. They might be able to get the gloves before then.
Yep. And then there's that Agnes Cave as well. So you never know. Now, BambooShadow heading over to the Ice Rod Cave, as in a non-surprising turn of events. However, Signum is making the immediate play on desert. Alright, nothing good in Ice Rod Cave. No real surprises there. Desert Ledge is a piece of heart. And Signums is going to make his way into the desert palace.
I'm surprised they didn't check Agina's cave on the way, though.
Might check it on the way out. It's, if you're going to check the, if you're going to go into the temple anyway, it might be worth it to wait until the end. You can death warp out and then just walk. I'm not sure. Some people will take that right side exit that you almost never use to reach Agnes Cave.
Oh, and Signubs, that was odd, using a hookshot to stun the antlion and knocking it out of its own quicksand.
Yep. The quicksand is a background object, and so doesn't matter where the antlion is.
BambooShadow, we saw an island check. Nothing of worth on the island today.
Yep. So Hobo today has just 5 rupees. And BambooShadow not bothering with the reverse fake flipper, just getting out of there. Seems pretty legit because you don't have the moon pearl. You can't get the waterfall cave chests, anything like that. And Signums finds a sword in the desert palace.
Yep, that'll help with the... Well, it has about the same range as a hammer, though, I think.
True. Well, the fighter sword slightly longer than the hammer, and then every other sword is way longer than the hammer.
Those slash speed, that still helps close range knock everything away. And we're seeing Grandpa Shed.
There's the lamp. The lamp is in Sahasrala's hut here. And that's going to make BambooShadow a little more inclined to head toward Eastern Palace here.
It's also going to make the Hyrule Dark Room a lot easier. And if they find Mitts early, we could see early Death Mountain.
Indeed. The lamp plus the Titan's Mitts will take you to Death Mountain. They have the hook shot. They're going to be able to clear out the entire light world. And if you find Titan's Mitts, then you get the dark world as well, as long as you find the moon pearl. All these items you need. Who keeps track of them? I'll tell you who keeps track of them. It's our amazing tracker, Dude. And there's the mushroom in Eastern Palace.
Signub's finding the Cane of Brian.
The Cane of Brian in Agnes Cave, huh? That could be important according to the logic. There is the possibility there. There's the moon pearl in Eastern Palace. What? So yeah, the wide open Eastern Palace gamble is pretty good. There's a lot of chests here, and the logic has the ability and the propensity for putting those items right here. Wow! So that's a strat I've not seen before.
I was not aware the hookshot could just keep the skeleton from spawning.
Yeah, you stun it and it never shows up on the screen, and so the game just assumes, all right, you're good. That is quite interesting. Now, BambooShadow not even gonna bother with the vanilla big key chest, even though he has the lamp.
Yeah, and I think I only counted 2 items from there, so it could have...
That is true. We found the mushroom, we found the moon pearl, and then we found the big key and the map, so there is one more item, and it could be in that chest.
Bamboo forgetting that he doesn't have mitts, so no Dark World access yet.
No power glove, no Titan's mitts, just a whole lot of diddly. But Bamboo's gonna go get his sword, looks like, over in desert area, and the Cane of Brian. So the 2 places, or I guess there are 3 places that have the Cane of Brian as a possible location. One of them is the Spike Cave. If you have the Cane of Brian and either half magic or a bottle, then Spike Cave becomes part of the logic. And then there's also the spikes in Misery Mire, and a little bit in Ice Palace if you don't have the hookshot. It's a very weird set of conditions, but it's all set up so that you never are forced to take damage as part of your route.
I didn't know the part about you not being forced to take damage.
Yeah, they do that because there is a mode in this game called one-hit KO mode, and they want people to still be able to finish that, no matter where the items are.
And Signubs will be going toward that right side and getting that vanilla big key chest.
Yep. So we will see if that move paid off for Bamboo or not. Yep, it's all because of Oko mode.
Oh, and Signubs missing the plate. They're gonna have to get a few more hearts to try again.
The powder! Oh, wow, that could actually be a big deal.
They do have hammers, so they do have access to Magic Bat right now.
Magic Bat is a thing. Also, just having powder is great. Being able to heal anytime you see a anti-fairy, it leaves you a lot of room for error. Meanwhile, Signums is going into the escape. So I have a question for you. If you're going down through the escape right now, and you find a sword upgrade, do you make the play on Aghanim's Tower?
Let's see, with Moon Pearl, only got, I believe, 2 other locations to check. Full clear Hyrule Castle, but yeah, probably go for it.
Cane! The Cane of Samaria!
It's gotta be Kane!
Good job. Good job, sir.
Looks like both racers are making the play on Hyrule Castle right now.
By God, that Cane had a family. Alright, I'm done.
Oh my.
Alright, so Signum's having a little trouble with that blue guard, but we're making our way down.
And yeah, with the lamp and the key, they can full clear Hyrule Castle, both the Zelda chest and the escape.
Ooh, Bamboo takes more damage than I care to do, and there's the Power Glove, which ruins my whole deal about the Master Sword taking you through Aghanim's Tower.
Yeah, I imagine after this, the next play will probably be Desert Palace to take care of Land Mollis.
That's a possibility. It might be something you wait on, say, like Misery Mire for, if you know that there's nothing else there. Though I'm not sure if they do know that.
Zelda's just having a bottle so they can check Sick Kid as Signubs takes the Death Warp to go back to start.
Yep, it's a good play. Without the mirror, it's a good play. You can reach the chest in the basement much easier, and it's a pretty quick walk through to reach the back end as well, if you don't want to save and quit to Sanctuary. So I'm thinking with the Power Glove, the play might actually be Death Mountain.
Well, with the exception of Dark World right side, they do have full access to that, so not a bad idea either.
Tons of items. One of them might be those Titans myths. There's also the Tower of Hera up there, which they can reach on account of having the hammer.
And they have the lamp, so they have a light source to reach the basement if they need to.
Now, BambooShadow is taking the warp to Sanctuary. So when he goes to this chest that Signumbs is approaching, or no, that Signumbs finished, he'll be coming in from the back entrance. But we have the ability to do that because we already have the key. The bow! The bow is there.
That would have been nice to have a few minutes ago, but still a welcome sight.
Indeed. So, both players know they can finish Eastern Palace. That also is going to unlock a significant portion of the Palace of Darkness once they get there. So we have ourselves a bit of a route divergence. BambooShadow is making the play on South Dark World, it looks like.
Looks like we might get a check on the Cave of Mediocrity.
Yeah. There's the... Yeah, I like to say, is it going to be Hype Cave or is it going to be Tripe Cave? Oh, so we've got Pendant Thieves Town, Pendant Ice Palace, and Pendant Turtle Rock. 5 and 6 are Misery Mire and Palace of Darkness. Now, those are the pendants you don't want to see, because Pendant Thieves Town means your safety dungeon is no longer required necessarily. And then, of course, Pendant Ice Palace and Pendant Turtle Rock means there's got to be something there.
Especially Pendant Ice Palace. Actually, Pendant Turtle Rock. Oh, yeah, that is rough. Love money and a single arrow from Tripe Cave.
Indeed. Okie dokie. So BambooShadow looks like he is going to make the play toward Palace of Darkness. He might check the pyramid first. Yeah. Looks like he's going to the pyramid. He might go up to Catfish. I'm not going to read his mind. Signums, meanwhile, is checking tons of chests over here in the Paradox Cave.
Got 5 more chests up top here. Odds of this not paying off? Fairly low.
Yep, there is a relatively large possibility of there being something here. There's the red boomerang for all of those who dissent from the blue boomerang opinion, and there is the Master Sword. And it looks like Signum's got the Titan's mitts. Possibly from the Old Man, possibly from Spectacle Rock Cave.
Chat's saying old man gloves.
Old Man gloves. I love it. I love it. It's the best thing I've heard. Alright, so Signums is going to open up the Turtle Rock portal. We're going to be able to see what medallion Turtle Rock requires. Or not. Okay. Not sure what's up with that. There's a bottle up there on the floating island.
Not required, but if they can get the mirror, it'd be nice to have that extra blue medicine.
I think that's actually what we saw there when he was going over the Turtle Rock portal. He was going to go, but had no mirror, so he was going to come over here and deal with Ether Tablet, Tower of Hera, and then deal with other things. So Bamboo is going to go back in and finish Eastern Palace, it looks like.
And since he was still looking, I wouldn't be surprised if Armor's Knights have an item on them.
No, the powder was the third item.
Oh, right.
Alright, Dark Shadows, I am going to need to step away for a few minutes. I will be right back.
Alright, I'll take care of it. So Signub's finding the big key in the back, so basement is not required yet. Bamboo, probably going to make quick work of Eastern Palace since he's already checked everything. All he's got to do is kill the Igor, get his key, go upstairs, and run through everything. And Signub's finding his key to the basement and the compass. We might see a trip to the basement later if Moldorm does not have the item. And trying for the bumper skip with the Pegasus boots. It's, from what I understand though, the timing on that and the positioning on that, it can control you pretty hard sometimes. Bamboo, not quite a quick kill, but still very, very solid kill on the Armos Knights. Signub's up here facing Trolldor. Going for the hammer strats. 3 hammer shots will kill Trolldor before he hits speed mode, and there he goes. And the Fire Rod and Hera, that will help for later. Looks like Bamboo is about to make his trip up to Death Mountain. Signub's getting trolled by the dead rocks, about to head down towards Spiral Cave. With the boots, this will be a much faster run. You ever come here without boots? It's a long walk.
Yeah, I believe without boots, the name of this cave is called the Resident Sleeper Cave. That's the plan anyway. Walko Shame, yep. Seems pretty good. I'll take either one. BambooShadow showing off some interesting execution that corner cases that I didn't know about.
So, with Signub's finding that Fire Rod, I believe that's going to open all of Skull Woods once they make their way to the Village of Outcasts.
Yep, and I'm pretty sure it's written somewhere into the logic that there has to be something in Skull Woods. I'm not sure. A little bit of sarcasm there, but it's very common that Skull Woods has an item.
At this point, I'm sure everyone has experienced it. Either experienced it or seen a race where it happens.
Yep. It is version 26. Go to Skull Woods. That is the rule. So now we're going to get the check on that medallion for Turtle Rock, and it is Ether. So you will be needing the Ether medallion to access Turtle Rock, assuming you even need to access Turtle Rock.
if you end up having to go to the Mire area with without any medallions, you're hoping that that's going to be Ether as well, because that means Ether cannot be on the pedestal because of Turtle Rock.
Indeed. Speaking of pedestal, it's time for our pedestal hype track. So, at the moment, we are looking at the possibility of, looks like Ice Rod could be there, but might not be required. And, ooh.
Actually,
The
Ice Rod
flute?
can't be there, because
Oh yeah, Ice Rod can't be there. What am I talking about? The flute could be there. Interesting development. The flipper, no, flippers can't be there because Ice Palace technically requires flippers. Now Signumbs is making a play on the Spike Cave that I was talking about a minute ago, where the Cane of Brian opens it up, according to the logic.
back on the Ped hype, though, I think we could see Mirror on Ped.
Mirror on pedestal is definitely a possibility. The only dungeon requiring the mirror would be Swamp Palace, and that is a crystal. All right. So, it's time. It is time to enter the Dark World proper, or do something else. So Signum's, yeah, gonna check Sick Kid.
And we also still have a Mad Batter check to do.
Yep, I was going to mention that. It looks like he might do that as well. Nope. I mean, I'd probably have done it then, just because I was there, and I don't have the mirror, so I won't be guaranteed to pull it off here in a minute. Right, so Signums is doing his, I guess, his first map check. He might head up to Skull Woods, noticing it's a crystal. And that is, in fact, what's happening.
Bamboo's making his sweep of Death Mountain. Probably going to go up to Tower of Hera as well.
Yep. Yeah, we saw him grab some of the items up here, but I think the Hera side was something he'd yet to do. Alright. So there's the first item in Skull Woods, and it's a whole lot of diddly squat.
Yep, just dropping some more ammo on the ground.
Alright. Alright, so we'll be heading out to the back end of Skull Woods pretty shortly.
Yeah, no big key yet. So we'll see if it's... Actually, can the big key be on Mothula itself?
It absolutely can. The big key is not required for any part of this dungeon other than the chest itself. This is one of two dungeons where the big key can be on the boss. The other one being Swamp Palace. Set up this way, of course, because in the game, the item that, in the vanilla game anyway, the item that's in the big chest blocks access to the boss. Alright, Alright, Signum's taking advantage of the full magic refill that's there to the right of the vanilla big key chest, which sometimes appears and sometimes doesn't, apparently, depending on how many sprites are in the room at the time.
Sounds like it's a good idea to kill a few things first to make sure it can spawn.
Yep. Alright, so BambooShadow will be going up to Moldarm. I'm guessing either that or the basement is where that fire rod was.
It was on Trolldorm.
Alright. Trolldorm himself with a large prize today.
That was a clean hammer fight.
Indeed. Picking up that fire rod, and you can see the smiling Boo face, because he is ready to start exploring the Dark World. Signum's taking trying to take the Death Warp.
Add another fairy. Add another fairy to the graveyard of failed death warps.
Yep.
It's always been unfortunate when you're set up for a death warp and then you just see that fairy. It's like, oh no.
I kind of feel like the play, if you're not trying to set up a death warp so that you can have more hearts, the play at the beginning of Skull Woods here, if you're only looking for one item, is go kill Mothula first and then go get that chest.
After seeing that, I'll definitely agree with that one. Taking the free mirror, really nice.
The Gibdos here just seem to have Signums' number today. And one of them knocks him back into that Fall Master there.
Yeah, the Gibdos playing catch with Clutch.
Clutch, is that what their name is?
In this game, yes.
Okay. See, I heard Wall Master, I heard Fall Master, I heard Floor Master, I heard Jerkwad Hand from the ceiling. Now that I know what their actual name is, I might start using that one.
Both items have been accounted for in Skull Woods, and this time ending up being a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah. That's strange. You would not expect that from version 26, but they don't call it Randomizer for nothing.
Signub's doing a good job dodging all of the things on Mothula's fight.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty good display of masterful dodging. And there's the big key on the boss, as you predicted a minute ago, Dark Shadows.
It's there, but as we know, the big key is not going to give us anything this time.
Not today.
Bamboo's having to go back with that lamp, conserve some magic for Mothula.
Yeah, used a lot of it killing the Gibdos in that room, which, you know, is good if you're trying to conserve your life. All right, so Signums is actually going to open the big chest here, apparently.
I think he miscounted the items.
And that will do it for everything in Skull Woods. Meanwhile, BambooShadow making quick work of Mothula, just, showing everybody how it's done here today. Up on the Bumper Cave, we just have a full heart, so the Magic Cape will not be required today.
It seems like Bumper Cave doesn't come into play very often, but when it does, it just trolls you most of the seed.
To be honest, it feels like Bumper Cave is about as common as Pedestal at this point. And there's the silver arrows in the Sea House. So we will not be seeing Spin to Win on Ganon today.
He's probably relieved to see that, especially
Oh,
since...
I guess if they continue to have the Master Sword, they'd be playing Spin to Win. Sorry.
Oh yeah, yeah, they still need another sword to be out of Spin to Win. You're totally right on that.
Alright, so BambooShadow bonking open the King's Tomb. Which I learned the trick to do that without actually bonking the other day. It's pretty cool. And it's not as hard as people make it out to be. Yes, the Boo Sprite is adorable. It gets more adorable when it's the Cat Boo Sprite, which is another option in this game. And Signumbs is making the play on Pendant Thieves Town. Now, do you think Signumbs will make the full clear, or will just get the first 4 chests and move on?
They still got a few more things to check. I wouldn't be surprised to see just the 4 chests clear.
Yeah. Now, to be honest, I am paranoid when it comes to this game. And at this point, before I went into Skullwoods, or even into the Dark World for Skullwoods, because I didn't have the mirror, I would have gone up and checked Pedestal. Because I'm paranoid.
Oh, with the book? Yeah, same here.
Alright, so just one of the 4 items in the first 4 chests in Thieves Town today, and it's just a big 20. So there are still 3 items remaining.
And BambooShadow is going to make the same play on Thieves Town.
Yep. Thieves Town is a wide open dungeon, very high percentage of items. What is the Boo's Bunny Sprite? I don't remember. It is possible we might see it here in Thieves Town if he messes up and gets hit by a bunny beam.
I don't want to wish bad luck on the runners, but I want to see the bunny sprite.
Alright, so Signum's heading up to Grasshopper Alley. Home of grasshoppers that deal stupid amounts of damage. Luckily, with the hookshot and other items, that will not be much of a problem.
You say that, and Signubs immediately gets hit.
Yeah, well, you know, with the blue mail, they only deal 1 heart. That's not that bad. Oh, fuzzies. That's cool.
Oh, cool. And that also makes 2 items found in Thieves Town.
Mm-hmm. BambooShadow missing the pot throw on that switch and having to resort to bow strats. Switching over the bombs while in Grasshopper Alley. Yep, so we've got a big 20, a bigger 50, and now Signumbs will be checking the chest next to our esteemed captured maiden, quote unquote.
And he already has the key, so he'll be able to check the big chest without having to make another trip. Oh, red mail.
Red mail. Excellent. So this, the big key chest, or the big chest in Thieves Town, known for its trolling, however, today just holds bombs. That's going to be the 4th item, and so that's going to render blind completely useless unless the pedestal is a thing.
We haven't seen a save quit yet, so I think Signub's going to go ahead and make the play on blind.
Yep. We're still looking at flute, mirror, and medallion for remaining pedestal items. So blind has the distinction of being the one boss that takes the same amount of damage from any sword in the game. So it doesn't matter which, get the same amount of damage. Also takes the same amount of damage from the Cane of Brian, which makes quick work of blind. And there's the red pendant.
There's still quite a bit to check in the Village of Outcasts, though. We do have the digging game, the peg cave, and Senor Frog.
Oh yeah, absolutely. One of my other co-commentators has dubbed that frog Jeremiah. Because he's a bullfrog.
Now you mentioned, I think I heard that once or twice.
Yep. I've decided his brother's name is Isaiah. So we have Isaiah and Jeremiah. All right. So, I'm just going to let that one go.
Yeah. There's a mirror. There's a mirror.
Okay. So, the decision not to check the magic bat paying off, because now you can route it together with the east side play here. Alright, so another shield in the peg cave.
Signubs could be seeing Mirror Shield.
I mean, yeah. Nothing wrong with a little right shield. The higher level shields are actually much more useful than people tend to give them credit for. The fire shield will block the fireballs from blind, things like that. The mirror shield will block the flaming comet projectiles from Lionels and red mimics, and also block the spaghetti lasers. Alright, so Signum's going to be turning in that frog. We'll see what the breadsmiths have today. just some explosives at the breadsmiths. Signumbs is remembering that the magic bat is a play.
Bamboo's not checking his breadsmiths yet.
Yep. Not really going to hurt him at the moment. And just 50 rupees there from the magic bat. And old Stumpy over there has a piece of heart. So nothing particularly great here in the south part of Dark World. Alright, now Bamboo is going for the frog play, while Signumbs will be using the chest. Signumbs will be checking some of the things that Bamboo just checked. So we got ourselves a little bit of a repeat on either side.
We still got quite a bit that can be checked because Pod is still available to both runners.
Yep. Palace of Darkness has 5 items in it, so that's a very nice attempt, or a very nice option. I imagine Signumbs will be taking care of this chest, and then heading possibly to check the Bombos tablet. Seems like a legitimate answer.
Oh, Bamboo doing the powderless bat.
Neat. So powderless bat involves having no magic and using the mushroom, but you have to have used like the cane of Samaria beforehand or something. Like it's a very weird strat, but it does work. Signum's gonna check his tripe cave. Meanwhile, Bamboo is gonna leave behind the chest for a bit. Yeah, powderless bat is a weird trick. Yes, access the magic bat without powder using this one weird trick. Okay, I'm done.
I saw him over there repeat using cane fireballs. I was thinking, wait, why is he raging at it that hard?
There's a tempered sword from the chest, and so now spin to win strats are officially dead. Signums is mirroring, heading to the Bombos tablet. Just an arrow upgrade at the Bombos tablet, and we've got a bit of a high five on both sides of the screen. Hopefully, Signums. Okay. Yeah, so the save and quit is occurring. Forged in the Great Hall of Cheetos, the tempered sword is there to beat foes and look like bacon.
Bacon.
The logic will check for three sword upgrades and silver arrows to make sure you have them. To make sure they are accessible before you reach Ganon. Alright, so both players here are making a play on Palace of Darkness. Now, Palace of Darkness is, of course, everybody's favorite mullet.
Business in the front, party in the back.
Yes. So up front, you expect a whole lot of keys and a whole lot of nothing interesting, and then in the back, that's where all the value is. There are variants where Ganon doesn't lead to the end of the game, but there's never an item behind him. Because once you walk into that Triforce room, the game is over. So in the variants where Ganon doesn't lead to the end of the game, he's just invulnerable. There is there actually is, I believe, a mode where you can make sure that only the items you need are accessible, and not every item location is necessarily accessible. But we don't generally run that one for the tournaments because it's a little weird.
Actually, I think they're still working on that mode.
Interesting.
Flute! Bamboo gets the flute!
All right. So, looks like some of the party is up in the front today.
Well, I think since they have the bow, they then not all the keys will be up front.
True. But still, a lot of them have to be up front. Like, of the first 6 accessible chests, I think 4 of them have to be keys. To avoid you getting key locked. But without the bow, it has to be like 5 of them. So yeah, there is a significant difference there. All right, so Signumbs will be picking up his flute shortly.
Yeah, a bow buried in pod is just dirty to find.
Yep. Luckily, it can only be in 3 different chests. So if you're expecting a bow in pod, there's only 3 places to look. Alright, so BambooShadow going to be heading down into the first dark room here. Luckily, it's not particularly dark. And there's the big key. And a small key. I believe that's going to exhaust the supply of small keys in the dungeon. Interestingly enough, there cannot be a small key in the dark maze or in the big chest. That's also a weird part of the logic.
Huh, that is good to know.
It's to prevent you from key locking yourself out of here using the door that would lead to Helmasaur. Speaking of Helmasaur, looks like we will be heading there.
Yep, Bamboo mirroring back to the start, going start making his way towards Helmasaur, and they have silver arrows, so this should be fairly quick.
Yep. So Helmasaur takes 17 hammer hits to knock off the mask, or 5 bombs if you really want to play it with bombs. You've also got the once the mask is off, you got to hit the crystal on his head. Now, a single silver arrow will take care of that, or I believe 4 slashes with the tempered sword, 2 with the golden sword. So BambooShadow going to be heading down to the Turtle Dark rooms with Signumbs hot on his heels.
Now for go mode, we are still waiting on flippers and whatever medallion it takes to get into Misery Mire.
Absolutely. So we are pretty close to go mode. But there's always that one item. Hashtag that one item.
And I don't think either of our runners have made a mushroom check yet.
Yeah, no mushroom check, even though the mushroom was found very early. But once they have the flute, the mushroom check will become much easier to pull off. Bamboo making very quick work of that mask, and 4 slashes to the jewel to take down Helmasaur. It's a little faster than switching to the bow. And there's the Ether Medallion! The Ether Medallion on Helmasaur, meaning if it's not Ether for Mire, they may have to go into Turtle Rock.
Oh man, dipping independent Turtle Rock, that would just be painful.
Oh boy, Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock is it. I like to call Turtle Rock the game, because just when you think you're out, it pulls you back in.
Bamboo immediately going to get his swag duck.
I smell what T-Rock is cooking. Signum's using the arrow strats. Alright, so Bamboo getting the swag duck on, freeing him from his statuesque prison. Fun fact, the wind apparently always blows west in Hyrule. And as predicted, the mushroom check is happening right now. BambooShadow is emptying out some bottles as well, in anticipation, I assume, of filling them with potions. Signumbs, however, is going to finish out Eastern Palace. Just a piece of heart from the mushroom today.
Not even going to take it.
Mm-hmm. And BambooShadow is going to take a look at Mire. Misery Mire is also Ether.
Now, I believe that kills the pedestal.
Yeah, pedestal hype has officially reached the lowest possible level, which is nothing. However, we still have opportunities for trolling. There is the possibility of flippers in Turtle Rock, that sort of thing. That probably does kill Ice Palace, though. Like, you know flippers can't be in Ice Palace. Alright, so Bamboo is making his way into Misery Mire. Misery Mire, of course, has only 2 items in it, and is pretty spread out as far as the keys and other things you need. So it generally tends to take about the same amount of time either way.
Another great thing for him, though, since he has the mirror, he can, after beating Misery Mire, can mirror to the back half of Desert Palace and go ahead and take it out at the same time.
Yep, that is a pretty optimal route. I feel like Signumbs will probably also make his way toward Mire at some point. Well, yep. He's going to be freeing that swag duck.
Neither racers check Zora either, so we could still see vanilla flippers.
Vanilla flippers, that would be fun. There's some air quotes around that fun, but could be fun.
We're only about an hour, 7 minutes into this race, and 1 item from go mode, so this is a pretty quick seed, in all honesty. Assuming, of course, we find the flippers.
Yep. This seed's That One Item is brought to you by the Zora Aquatic Center. And there they are! They're in Misery Mire. BambooShadow has go mode.
Go mode at 107.
Is this really open mode? Did this just actually happen? And there's the second item in Misery Mire, just a couple of bombs. So BambooShadow will be hoping to pick up the big key shortly. Oh no, he has the big key. So he can get out. Yeah. So go kill land molas. Go to swamp and go mode that thing and get out. This is gonna be pretty fast. Here I was setting aside 2.5 hours for commentary. I'm gonna have an extra hour to do what I want with.
Hey, that works out. Oh, and tempered silver Ganon, so Ganon's not going to prove too much of a problem, probably.
Yep. We could always see Buttersword as well, so there's a big possibility. So I really hope that Signumbs doesn't try to go to the left side here, looking for the big key, or looking for items. Specifically, I hope he doesn't go to the torch room.
Oh yeah, that having to deal through 2 cutscenes in a race, it just feels bad.
Open mode on Open mode could, in theory, go swordless all the way to Ganon, I think. Essentially. It knows you need swords for Ganon, but there are ways to take down every other boss without a sword.
Yeah, I think the only real dungeon requirements are a sword for Skullwood's curtain and a sword for Aga 1 curtain.
Right. Okay, so if BambooShadow wins this race, he will be continuing on to the group stage, because there will be two 3-0 racers in Group S here. If Signumbs can pull off the upset, then they will both be 2-2.
Signub's getting his flippers.
Pretty quick Landmolus fight for BambooShadow.
All he has left is the trip to Swamp Palace, and then it'll be time for Ganon's Tower.
Yep. Swamp Palace in Go mode is just ridiculously faster. You just walk in, grab a key under a pot, and just go north. Where is Bamboo going? Okay.
You cannot take down bushes with a hammer.
That is absolutely true. Unfortunately. Alright, so BambooShadow gonna make his way down to Swamp Palace. And of course you have to drain the dam in the light world to make this happen, which is why the mirror will be coming out. So yeah, Swamp Palace, notable for being the only dungeon for which the mirror is required, and the only dungeon other than Ice Palace for which the flippers are required. One thing I have done on multiple occasions and do not care to repeat is walking into Swamp Palace, jumping in the water, and then realizing I can't swim across.
Oh, and then there's the going into Skullwoods without a sword, going to break that curtain and realize, oh, wait, no sword.
Yep, there's plenty of little troll things that you just don't encounter that often, and so you forget. Alright, so Signumbs is mowing down eyeballs with silver arrows. Every single one of these eyes will go down with a single hit with a silver arrow. And then Vitreous himself goes down in 2 hits.
Vitreous getting a lot more aggressive with that lightning the more eyeballs that die.
This is why most people want to go for the 0 cycle, where you can take out as many eyeballs as you can before the lightning occurs. And BambooShadow is going for the Go mode route for Swamp. You know, I can't remember the last time I've seen Go mode Swamp. Because more often than not, you have to search this place for items. There's a good 6 items in here, and all of them can be useful. But because Go mode occurred so quickly, we finally get a Go mode Swamp.
I've seen even when not in go mode, people will skip that left side of swamp just because how far out of the way it is.
Yep, the west side of swamp, recently known as the Fred Coughlin Memorial West Wing. For those of you who didn't see that race, you know what, or who saw that race, you know what I'm talking about. But yes, left side skip in swamp is kind of the hot thing to do at the moment. And BambooShadow will be doing a couple of spins to take down Argus. And there we go. That is the 7th crystal. And all of a sudden, believe it or not, we are heading to Ganon's Tower. This has been the least trolly seed I have seen in weeks.
Signumbs is about to take down Land Molus. So Signumbs will be one dungeon behind as Bamboo goes into Ganon's Tower.
Yep.
But
one super fast dungeon, however.
And a wrong choice on the left side, right side gamble, or Troll Dorm going up to his old ways, we could have an even race going into Ganon.
Yep. Okay, so it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to call your shot for the big chest, or the big key, in Ganon's Tower. Which chest, or which location, do you believe will have the big key? I, myself, being Dr. Bobtastic, I have to go for the Bob chest. It's in my contract.
Tile Room hasn't been paying off lately. I think I'll go with the Firebar chest.
Firebar chest, alright. That'll work. So, I found this out the other day. The tile room formation, right, with the tiles and the, the moving tiles. You know how many moving tiles there are?
How many?
22.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
There are exactly 22 moving tiles, and it is usually the 22nd chest that you go for. So, there you go.
It's like they knew all those years ago.
Alright. BambooShadow opening up Ganon's Tower. Yeah, I just thought that was a very weird coincidence that there turned out to be 22 tiles. Alright, so there is a small key on the right side of Ganon's Tower. Oh, what? Okay.
That's
BambooShadow using the key to go to the left side. That is a seldom seen play, but it does work and is a little faster, assuming you find more keys than you need. Alright, so BambooShadow gonna do some bonking to get across to the stall child room. Meanwhile, it seems like Signumbs is having a few issues, but shouldn't be. I imagine they won't be persistent.
coming up on the Firebar room. We'll see what it holds. We still haven't seen Buttersword.
There is that. So Buttersword could be a possibility. So we've got the one chest in the Fire Snake room, and after that we will be seeing the Randomizer room. bonk to get over that fire snake. And then heading over to the chest, just 20 rubies in that chest. And we head to the randomizer room. So, word of advice from someone who is a massive casual at this game, don't accidentally skip the randomizer room. Don't do that. Don't actually accidentally go into that portal. You can't get back there except by coming back the long way.
Yeah, you don't want number 22 to not be the tile room.
I have once done the first shot tile room gamble and it paid off, but I don't plan on doing it that often. BambooShadow dutifully skipping the petting zoo, while Signum's finishing off and grabbing the 7th crystal.
It looks like if Signumbs takes the right side gamble, he might get rewarded.
It's entirely possible, because BambooShadow so far has found nothing, not even in Bob's chest. Now here comes Ice Armos. Ice Armos with lag strats, but what are you going to do? The silver arrows are effective if laggy. We've got just a whole lot of... There's the big key!
It's almost right side, but not quite.
Yeah, it could be right side if you decide to continue on to Ice Armos through right side. There is that possibility, and that might be a gamble you'd be willing to make at this point. Knowing how good this seed has been to you, you have to assume your opponent has made most of the same decisions you have.
And they actually have been right on each other's heels for most of this race.
Yep. So, Signums is going to have a slight advantage when it comes to these mimic rooms, in that Signums could literally just walk right up to the mimics and shoot them in the face, on account of having that mirror shield. So Signum's using the Turtle Rock portal to do the ascent up Death Mountain towards Ganon's Tower. I'm told the Light World route with Turtle Rock portal is slightly faster, even when you have to open the portal. Now Bamboo is doing some pretty sick strats in the gauntlet with low hearts. He did acquire a blue potion at one point, so if push comes to shove, he can send a battalion to raise his hearts. I don't know.
Yeah, and the red mail also going to help out with the damage, because especially in these ice rooms, this gauntlet can take a lot out of you. Oh, that's right. He doesn't have the powder, so he couldn't get the free fairy.
Got the powder because of that gamble on skipping the 3rd item in Eastern Palace. It did pay off. That's a pretty lengthy sequence. And Signums is making the right side play. Now, if he goes on through toward the Ice Armos, he could be making up some ground. Bamboo just showing us how it's done as far as combat goes. It looks like he's done a whole lot of practice as far as actually killing things and doing the mechanics of this game goes.
Yeah, but you can have a lot of practice on this game, make one minor mistake on Ganon, and have to redo the entire fight.
There is that. Luckily, their setup makes it a little easier to avoid those mistakes. Signumbs going through to pick up this key. Will he continue is the question. And it looks like no.
Oh no, that's
I
gonna
thought
be
he
a
was
lot
going to
extra
do it.
time.
Thought he was going to do it, and it did not happen, unfortunately. Oh, Bamboo takes a fall to Trolldorm. Because that's what Trolldorm does to you. Trolldorm control even the most seasoned runners.
It's just something about, oh, there Bamboo goes again.
Second Trolldorm fall. Yeah, the layout of this arena is less conducive to fighting Moldorm than the original one on account of having fewer open spaces. However, the third fight on Trolldorm, very easy. And BambooShadow will be showing us what's in that validation chest. It's just a red ruby. I like to season my runners with a little basil and a little rosemary. Gets the job done pretty well.
Hopefully not salt.
Nah. Too much salt ruins the runners. Alright, so it looks like he got hit with all three balls, but I'm not sure that all three of them counted.
It looked like two of them came in simultaneously. Though, Aghanim 2 has been very generous with some of these lineups.
There we go. I think those came in at 2 different times.
Yeah, I saw 2 knockbacks that looked like a double.
Well, nope. Apparently not. 'Cause that was definitely 2 hits on that phase, and that would have made 6.
Bamboo was living on the edge, though, single heart.
Woohoo! Let me tell you, you do not want to die to Aghanim 2. That is the worst.
It's a long enough trek up the first time.
I know this from experience. It's not a fun thing. Alright, so there's Ganon with a reference that I'm too old to know. And
I don't know that one either.
Bamboo is just, you know, Kane O'Brien strats, he's trying his best not to take any damage here, and he still has just the 1 heart. This is some pretty brave fighting here. He's gonna use that blue potion now to restore the magic.
He did manage to one-cycle the Fire Bat phase.
Yep, that's what the Cane O'Brien was used for. Pretty good. So we're on to phase 3.
Signumbs is about to get his big key.
Yep. Unfortunately, he's going to find it in either chest 20 or 21 of his 22 chest trek, which is going to be unfortunate for him. BambooShadow making use of those silver arrows. Oh, getting the double on the edge there. And that will do it.
A double for the Ganon kill.
Ladies and gentlemen, BambooShadow finishing in first place with a time of 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 38 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a blazingly fast seed.
With the trolls we've seen, anything sub 2 is fairly impressive, but seeing almost a sub 130, this seed was pretty kind and Bamboo took full advantage of it.
Indeed. Looks like we may be getting Bamboo to come in and talk about this seed here in a second. So there we go. Signumbs. I find it sad when people don't realize they can tank these mimic shots.
Might have just realized it though, because I saw him eat one to the face and with that mirror shield.
Hey
there.
Bamboo.
Yeah, thank you so much.
This seed was pretty kind to you, it looked like.
Oh yeah, it was super kind.
Hey, yeah, I'm like, generally
Like,
you got
oh my god, there were some really dumb mistakes in there, but I think I made some right decisions along the way.
Yeah, a lot of good decisions. I like the decision to skip the vanilla big key chest in Eastern Palace. Turned out to not be necessary. It was the powder though, so there was that. I like the decision to skip.
Oh, shoot! Sorry. I messed up my audio, so okay, I couldn't hear you there for a second. Sorry.
Yes.
Now it's working.
Yeah, I was saying I like the decision to skip the vanilla big key chest there in Eastern Palace. It turned out the magic powder.
Oh, okay.
But it turned out to not be necessary. Your gauntlet was gross and amazing because you got through it with what, 3 hearts at the start. I was just like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I was very lucky because I had the fairy in the bottle and I bought the blue potion before. But I wanted to spare these for the Ganon fight. So I'm really glad that it worked out well. Like the 1 cycle Landmolas, that was just great.
Oh yeah, the excellent use of the silver arrows there to take him down, which that's where your opponent is right now. So both.
Oh shoot. Okay, yeah. I thought he wasn't too far behind. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty close race. He was finishing up desert when you finished up swamp.
Okay.
It
was a pretty linear seed.
How about getting to go mode swamp for once?
Oh yeah, so great, man. It feels so nice. Like, and especially finding the flippers and Misery Maya, you know, like that was just that seed was so linear, you know, like you didn't have to do any weird detours. And I thought I could get wrecked because I died in this cave, which was just so annoying and dumb. and finishing Thieves Town, you know, like I went into Thieves Town and I thought, okay, I'm gonna peek in there, grab 1 or 2 chests, you know, but then in the first 4 chests there was nothing, so I was like, okay, let's just finish it up, you know. And that was like just 5 minutes down the drain. But
yeah, well, both players elected to full clear Thieves Town, so
oh, okay, yeah,
time lost there. Yeah, I think most of your time was just on your brilliant execution on everything.
Oh, thank you.
Like you showed us a thing that I'd never seen before in Eastern Palace where you stunned the invisible Stalfos. I counted as not killing it.
Yeah, I was totally surprised about that. That was like totally random, you know. Like, actually, I wanted to throw the pot at him. I was super surprised by, I finished the other skeleton there. I was super surprised that the door opened up like that. That was just totally random. That wasn't skilled, so I can take credit for that.
Well, sometimes you stumble upon a new optimal strat. There you go.
Oh yeah, that was the moment right there, definitely.
I wonder if you had fired the hook shot in both directions, if it would have stunned both and just opened the door.
Yeah, I should totally check that out. Like, I've never done that before, like finishing and going through dungeons is mostly NMG strats for me.
Yeah, I can tell you've done quite a bit of NMG practice on this. 'Cause there's a lot of stuff there that I was completely unaware of.
Yeah, there were some good executions, like on Wall of Caves, I made the bomb jump. After you open the 5 chests, you can bomb jump to stay on the upper floor, so you can get quicker to Spiral Cave.
Yep, that's always a great strat to see. So let me ask you something. When you open the seed for the very first time, you go into Link's house, you open the first chest, and it's the boots. What are you thinking at that point?
Yes. yes. Oh my god, that was so great. Like, I think that seed could have been easily sub 120, so easily. With having boots right from the start and just making some better decisions every now and then, and just a little bit better execution. But yeah, that's a great feel right there, and also opens up quite a few spots in the light world. So
yeah, it was
course,
nice to
as a
have those.
speedrunner.
It's nice to have like those bonk rocks immediately available and things like that.
Yeah, and desert, of course, like so often you go into desert and you're like, oh my god, I hope it's not boots locked, and then you see the small key and in the other chest there's nothing, and yeah, like it made this way more convenient.
Yeah.
And
All right.
doing spin speeds and whatnot, that was just was a little easier, and especially finding the hookshot also that early, like you could just equip hookshot and do the YA thing while moving up manual stairs and whatnot. That was just cool.
So that's what that is. I was actually going to ask about that, going up the the long staircase there on Death Mountain. I saw you going up pretty quick. Is that what it is? You're just kind of using the hook shot and then dashing.
Oh
both.
no, you have to buffer sword, and then so you I don't know how I do it. Like I press B with my middle finger, and then I try to hit Y and A on the same frame, and that gives you some weird state where you're just like moving up fast, and also gives you, once you release the spin slash, gives you the quick speed. Like it's NMG spin speed strats.
So you're basically your hook shot dashing whilst holding down the B button.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so signumbs took a little bit of damage early in the fight. I assume he was just gonna YOLO it, and then if he took damage, he was just gonna go back in with a few more hearts.
Yeah. Oh, I think my Ganon fight must have been horrible, with a cane of brine.
Well,
really.
We were nervous. You had one heart going in. We were just like, oh, if he takes damage, he is screwed. But
yeah, I had the fairy, so
you made use of those resources that you had, and
yeah.
Signumbs does not have the fairy because I believe he attempted a death warp early on.
Oh.
With the fairy, so.
Oh shoot! Been there, done that. That was really unfortunate, yeah, but also very nice that we didn't have to stroll around to get some more medallions, like didn't get Bombus nor Quake. So
right.
That was very nice.
You had that nice 1 in 9 shot of the one medallion you have being the only medallion you need.
Yeah.
We were sitting here like, if it turns out that Misery Mire isn't Ether, we were gonna have to go into Turtle Rock.
Oh yeah.
Nope. I'm just sitting here wondering if this is really V26.
Yeah, like I said, it felt like a very linear seed. I was also lucky that neither that Sora wasn't required because we found so much money. I was always thinking like, oh shoot, maybe I should go up there. Yeah, but
Yep.
all in all, the routing was quite okay. I didn't feel that I had to do too much detours. But yeah, then again, some execution every now and then was just really awful. Like I said, the death in Escape, that was so pathetic. Yeah, but
It happens.
it happens. Yeah, like I've been like haven't been playing Rando that much this week, so I felt like a little rusty. But it was very nice. Like the seat felt really nice to play.
Indeed. Ah, and there we go. Signum's gonna finish up the Ganon fight with an excellent time. So Signum's gonna finish with a time of 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 13 seconds.
GG.
Yeah, both of you had a very similar routing, but as you said, it looked like a pretty linear seed, so that would explain a lot of that.
The only
Yeah,
real
like
sorry.
sorry, go ahead.
The only real unnecessary thing that happened was Thieves Town.
Yeah. And maybe some small things like the dwarves, the smiths, and purple chest, and
Well, Purple Chest was Tempered Sword, so it was extremely helpful.
it was helpful when it comes to the Ganon fight, yeah. But like you just I was kind of purple chest didn't bother me too much because I could route it on my way to getting to Bomba's tablet. So it wasn't me annoying that it wasn't annoying to me that much, you know.
All right. Well, we welcome Signums to our chat today. Hello. How you doing?
Hey guys.
Hi.
Gosh, I can't figure out how to mute the sound on this thing. There we go. That'll work. Now I can hear you.
Too much because I could route it on my way to
All right.
Bomba's tablet.
So
it wasn't me annoying that.
Signums. GG, sir. GG.
Yeah, I thought I might have a chance there, but hard to tell when you can't see the other people.
Yep. It was a pretty kind seed, all things considered, right?
Oh yeah, that's a personal best race time by like 20 minutes for me. So
wow.
Oh, for me also.
Congratulations.
At least on a televised or a recorded stream race.
Not on SRL. I guess the game is not set to a link to a past hex.
Yeah.
It'll tell that once they record the race.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't bother me very much with SRL points and whatnot.
Well, so I had to ask you a few questions that I've already asked Bamboo here. So, Signums, how do you feel about finally, for once in a seed, getting to go mode Swamp Palace?
I mean, Swamp doesn't bother me any. I know everybody hates it because it's slow, but it doesn't really bug me any. But I'm not particularly good, so that might have something to do with it.
And how do you feel when you open the very first chest and it turns out to be the Pegasus boots?
That's actually probably worse for me. I'm not nearly as good at remembering to run everywhere.
Yeah,
so not having them doesn't particularly bother me because that means everybody's going slow. But it's interesting to see him right in that first chest. That does make it a lot faster.
All right. Let's see. You finished off. You were finishing off Desert right as Bamboo was finishing off Swamp, so you were about a dungeon behind, heading into.
Well, I cleared Thieves Town, and I didn't really need to finish the fight, so I know I lost a few minutes there. And
yeah, I believe Bamboo also full cleared Thieves Town. So
yeah, I was like, I was getting the chests in the basement, And I was like, yo, I just, it doesn't make a difference if I just walk back to the entrance or if I finish blind, like probably
Yeah,
going
without
back.
the mirror, unless you're gonna save and quit.
Yeah,
But
that's
there wasn't
it.
any reason to save and quit there.
And
So
yeah, I wanted to stay in Dark World Cocorico, so I thought, okay, if pedestal will be required just for the sake of it, I'm gonna finish it. You never know. I think there's just the bad decision itself was going into Thieves Town at the first place, but that's 4 chests, so you never know.
yeah, it's hard to justify not going into Thieves Town when you're right there, though.
It did net you the red mail, so there was that.
Yeah, that was convenient with G Tower and Ganon fight.
Yep.
Though that Moldorm number 2 was so trolley, man. I dropped down twice. That was so dumb.
Should have dropped like a dozen more times and let me catch up.
Oh yeah.
Trolldorm will troll everybody pretty much equally. Anybody could get trolled by Trolldorm
Oh yeah.
too. The RNG on that fight is real.
It was so obnoxious because not obnoxious, but just annoying because like my Moldorm in Tower of Hera was just perfect, 3 hammer strikes, and then he went down, and yeah.
It was a beautiful Moldorm fight.
Oh yeah. Like some parts execution wise were really, really good, some others were really, really bad. So but it was enough for finishing the race, so all in all I'm happy.
All right. So looks like BambooShadow, you pretty much locked up your progression to the next round with this race here today. I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, one of the guys in our group dropped out, so yeah, that should be 3 wins for him.
So yeah, I guess you and Bad Moon Z will be moving on. But so
yeah, and that's
race from you, Signumbs.
That's still the match we have to play.
Was still an excellent race from you, Signumbs, and you have absolutely nothing to feel bad about today.
Oh, I don't feel bad. I've only been playing Randomizer for like maybe 2 months now, so
Yep.
I just kind of joined this for the fun of it, not really expecting to do much.
I know exactly what you're talking about there.
Yeah, running through these, it's a great learning experience. Just go through and run all these different seeds with a lot of different people.
Okay, so anything you guys want to say to the public here today? To anything you want to take away from the seed? Any lessons you learned?
Don't try to death warp when you have fairies.
Oh, yeah.
We thought that might have been what you tried there.
I figured I could get a life refill and just open up that chest there, and it's like, oh yeah, fairy.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for the restream and the commentary. Really appreciate it that you guys are sacrificing your time for these shenanigans. It's really amazing.
Yeah, well, I got nothing better to do. No, I'm just kidding.
Burn. No, thank you so much. Really was nice. It was a nice race.
Yeah.
And a nice seat for once, sub 2 hour seat. Always feels good.
Yeah, a lot better than the qualifier seeds.
Oh god,
my
yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on those.
I was only able to do one qualifier, and it was like Kane on pedestal, and I wanted to kick someone in the face.
Oh yeah, I saw you digging for arrows outside Ganon Tower on that one.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was digging for magic because I'm dumb. That's what I was doing. I forgot there was a magic refill in the fire rod room.
Oh shoot.
So there you go. This is the caliber of play you have to be have to be able to commentate these races, which is nothing. All right. So thank you to both of our runners for providing an excellent show today. We've got randomizer races coming your way all day today. All day today on the Randomizer Mania Network, a little bit on the Speed Gaming Network over the main tournament. We got a bunch going on today. Thank you to BambooShadow and Signumbs for doing the run. Make sure to give them your support, give them a follow, and let them know that you enjoyed the race here today. I want to thank our tracker, dude, for providing excellent awareness of what was going on in the race today, and as well as Tater, who came in on an emergency restream after our original restream got called up to the majors. And so thank you very much for that. Thank you, Dark Shadows, for commentating with me on this seed. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Dr. Bob Task. It's been great commentating with you on this amazing race.
Indeed. All right. So unless anybody else has anything to say, thank you all for watching, and this is Dr. Bob Tastic signing off.
Good night, everybody.
Take care.